welcome to the show. Very quickly, let me let you in on the hot topics that we have this evening. FCT police kill wanted Abuja kidnapper, 2 others, and then a private jet crash lands in Ibadan. Still on, gunmen abduct Lagos PDP chairman, others in Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Moving forward, Fubara swears in renominated commissioners, says they were caught in crossfire. Supreme Court affirms Farouk Lawan's 5-year prison sentence over $500,000 bribe. Right, and then we move to Lagos Bishop Feyi Daniels jailed for life for raping assistant pastor. And then again, Plateau killings. Can chairman shuns defense headquarters invitation. 10 corpses recovered. Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have this hour. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So let's move straight to the conversation right here. So, operatives of the Special Invitation Squad, Federal Capital Territory Police Command, have neutralized 3 notorious bandits in a forest within the Buari area of Abuja. The bandits were killed in the early hours of Friday, today, January 26, at about 2 a.m. in a forest linking Abuja to Kaduna State. Now, amongst the 3 bandits killed was their gang leader, Maigemu, popularly known as Godara, who, alongside his gang members, have been terrorizing the FCT and neighboring states. The Force's Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Dijobi, revealed the development in Abuja on Friday during the parade at about 20. He said that during the parade of about 20 criminal suspects arrested for various offenses across the country. Now, Dijobi said, "We've recovered another significant stride towards fortifying the security landscape in the Federal Capital Territory." Now, the recent launch of the Special Intervention Squad under the command of the Inspector General of Police, Olukoyede Egwuatu, he said. Let's move on to other conversations. Now, as a private jet with 10 persons on board has crash landed in Ibadan, the Lagos state capital. Now, the jets with registration probably would skip that. Today, Friday, overshoots the runway at the Ladoke at Kintola Airport. Firefighters and rescue officials from the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria were immediately deployed to the scene. A similar incident occurred in November 2023 when the Minister of Power, Bayo Adelabu, and 9 of his aides narrowly escaped death. And then again, it's happening again. When contacted, the Director of Accident Investigation Bureau and Consumer Protection, Wumi Oladiji, confirmed the incident to newsmen. In fact, he said a team of investigators are already there in Ibadan, that he may not be able to give details of what happens right now, but perhaps newsmen will get details of that as their findings move on. So let's go straight to Lagos Ibadan Expressway from Ibadan, where gunmen have abducted the chairman of the Lagos State chapter of the of the People's Democratic Party, Philip Aivoji, and some other party members, chieftains there. Now, they were said to have been abducted at the Ogere area of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway yesterday, Thursday. Philip was reportedly kidnapped alongside other party members who were with him while returning from the party stakeholders zone caucus meeting convened by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and held in Ibadan, the state capital. Sources who craved anonymity revealed that the abductors are demanding 200 million naira for the release of the party leaders. Confirming the incident, the spokesman for the Ogun State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, said there was an abduction at the Bamboo area, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Ward Lagos. She added that security personnel are on top of the situation and are making efforts to rescue abductors and abducted victims while claiming not to know the identities of those kidnapped. So let's go back to River State. We'll come back again because we'll have a security personnel waiting to hear from us in a while, in a jiffy, right? So the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in the 9 re-nominated commissioners who resigned from his cabinet. Remember those 9? Remember the interviews we've been having lately, right? With some lawyers from River State. So speaking while swearing in the commissioners at the Government House, Port Harcourt on Friday, today, Fubara noted that they resigned from his cabinet because they were caught in a crossfire. Now, the 9 commissioners took their oaths at once, beginning with the oath of allegiance before taking the oath of office. Congratulating the commissioners, Fubara urged them to do what is right for the state. Quoting him now, he says, "I don't think I have any charge for you. You have already read your charge to uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I urge you to do the right thing. I can see how heavy your hearts are. I don't blame you. You were caught between the crossfire," Fubara said. The commissioner had initially resigned their appointment, or the commissioners rather, due to their rift between the Fubara-led faction of the cabinet and, of course, those factions that are loyal to the FCT minister, Ezebonwoye Somwike. Okay. And then, now, the Supreme Court has affirmed the 5-year jail term handed to a former member, 5 years only, so a former member of the House of Representatives, Farouk Lawan, by the Court of Appeal. Now, Lawan was convicted and sentenced to prison in 2021 for accepting $500,000 bribe. That money now, you don't want to know. He accepted the bribe from businessman Femi Otedola, chairman Zenon Petroleum and Gas Limited. In a unanimous judgment, today Friday, a 5-member panel affirmed the 2022 judgment of the Court of Appeal, which upheld Lawan's sentencing to 5 years in respect of only count 3 on the 3-count charge on which he was tried at the Supreme Court, at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. Now, in the lead judgment prepared by Justice John Okoro, but read on Friday by Justice Tijani Abubakar, the Apex Court found that Lawan's appeal was without merit and proceeded to dismiss it. So whether he likes it or not now, 5 years he faces. Perhaps they will remove the number of years that he's been waiting. I can't tell. I don't have the details because that's not the center of our conversation now. But let's see. I hope that our guest has now joined us in the conversation because we have Ambassador Roy Ohideve joining us all the way from the United States. He's a security expert. We want to take a critical look at what is going on in this nation's security apparatus. Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So let's get straight to security issues. That is the basis of our conversation this evening. So the Nigerian police force today, Thursday, said it recovered no fewer than 10 capsules in various locations in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Yesterday, Thursday, rather. Now, this was as the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Mangu local government area of Plateau State, Reverend Timothy Daluk, said he would not withdraw the allegations against troops on the crisis, nor would he honor any invitation by the military. Now, the chairman of the CAN, Reverend Daluk, was invited by Defense Headquarters over his recent comment against the military and the killings in Magu. Recall, armed men had on Wednesday morning launched a fresh attack in the state, killing no fewer than 30 victims in Kwashiaklek village in the Mangu local government area of the state. Now, more than 10 people were also killed in Mangu town and environs, with various houses burnt by the attackers the same day. Churches and mosques too were noticed burnt, and a family of 5 were also affected by that attack. Now, Reverend Daluk had accused the Nigerian military of supervising the killings of Christians and the destruction of properties in Mangu local government area. Now, in a viral video, Reverend Daluk said, "I am here to report the situation happening in the Manguluka government for the whole world to understand, he said.
Because that is enough. We have tried all to make a peaceful living. We have cried and make cry, but the government is not listening. If they switch on their phone, where they should take our cry to? That's my plea. Thank you.
My sincere apologies there. We had a little hitch while playing that audio, but I had joining me over the phone Ambassador Roy Ohidigwe. Ambassador Roy is a security expert, and he's joining me virtually all the way from Texas, United States. Ambassador Roy, good evening. Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, Ambassador Roy, can you hear me?
Yes, so I was wondering what happened.
Network, sorry, this is Nigeria, forgive me. You're welcome. So, Ambassador Roy, I don't know if you listened to every single thing the CAN chairman said.
I've listened to like 3-4 CAN chairmen speak also. The problem that we will begin to see is people that will come and they are very good to analyze problems. Most of the people that hold positions in Nigeria don't know the purpose of that position they hold. Indira Gandhi of India, I hope you remember those days. When we start talking of people that stand for the right of others, you will begin to see people that hold positions. That is why when politics came on board in Nigeria, the first thing to do was to remove effective institutions from the hands of the institutional system into the hand of the corrupt leadership. So the military of today, every chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, or chief of air staff that you see, or chief of defense staff, that is the highest hierarchy. They are instituted not in the military system. That is why they will retire a lot of seniors just to give a junior a position to hold and achieve their aims. If you go to the army, they are already disgruntled because we don't know who is next. I'm eyeing to be the next chief of army staff. My mates in NG, Nigerian Defense Academy, they are looking at their set. Then one president will just come and say, give Precious the chief of army staff. And Precious has like 4 seniors in front of her. They will now retire like 200 or 300 people, senior officers, and use taxpayers' money to pay them off with all the things they have in their head. Then Precious will now be there to satisfy the aim of that government. So we don't have any way to begin to make sense. Where we are supposed to make sense is the balance of institutions that we are supposed to have. We are supposed to have a judiciary, don't forget. We are supposed to have a House of Rep and the Senate. Now, who did we put in the judiciary? Malami, the same person that came from Dubai and said he has a list of about 3 years ago. He has a list of all the terrorist sponsors in Nigeria, and he bought from over 100 million to contest for presidency. The next person to target is the CBN, where we are supposed to monitor financial movement of these criminal elements, because you must spend money for ransom, for buying of weapons, for sponsoring. There must be financial transactions. So the next thing is to hold the CBN and put another stooge there. You know, so what do? You say, oh, then the House of Senate should put a law, within the House of Rep. You carry somebody that is facing criminal charges with EFCC, and you put him as the Senate president. And he's sending prayers to your email box every day, you know, and the whole thing just looks like, what do we do next? What do we do? The police and the DSS, they are fighting each other because EFCC is finding money here and finding money here. For EFCC to arrest DSS, now DSS went to arrest EFCC for stealing money. And it was proven that certain amount of money was diverted. And that case is still pending because the judiciary is comatose. Then you say, okay, let the police come out and help. Abba Kyari case is still there. NDLEA was the one that could able to prove that this guy collected money from drug peddlers. So where are we right now? We are now ending up in the hands of people like you, Precious, that should help us start to interview our intelligence and ask us where is the way forward. Thank you.
So, Ambassador, you've raised very, very, very scary and salient issues. But let's get to the root of this. Following the accusation of the CAN chairman, right? Do we say, I know that I've asked this question before, but I dare ask again, are we now saying that not just the military, like he accused, that as security agencies entirely, in its entirety, are complicit in what is going on with security in Nigeria, or the unending security or the unending war in Nigeria?
Okay, let me start the narrative like this. You just help me for a little time. I won't take up to 10 minutes. Now, look at the Nigerian. I and you, we went through 9 months of labor. People don't get to 9 months. You come out as a premature. You go through incubator. You come out as a Nigerian. Green, white, green. Now, from your primary school, from your nursery school, to when you start to hear, to see, to speak, there's corruption all around you. Is either your mother is padding the money for the market and daddy is not knowing and you are seeing? Is either your brother is selling the fuel from the generator to the neighbor to have money to go and buy a cigar, and nobody is knowing, but the child is seeing. Daddy is at the traffic light, he beats the lights, nobody is there, the child is seeing. In the school, the teachers and everybody are just corrupt, and this child grows up and somebody tells him, if you want to survive, you have to be a cult. The child jumps in, he joins one cult group. And at a point, he's going on the road. Soldiers stop them, beat all of them in their vehicle. Another person say, we must join the army. Yeah, the guy, he now joins the Nigerian army. These are the ways we build misfits. And they end up to fit into positions that could trigger a breakdown of law and order. Now, these military people we are talking about, what are they doing? Because somebody cow enter road, another person kill the cow, then all of a sudden they kill the person, and all of a sudden you are calling the military. No, because we have escalated all our issues into the hands of the apex security agency. The crisis must be at apex level before the intervention of the apex security agency, and the crisis must have overwhelmed the other agencies. So you will hear that they have killed 2, 3, 10 policemen at that place. You will hear it. They brought NSCDC, they brought Mopo, they even have Mopo with berets. Oh, you are not aware. They will bring them. If it is election now in Anambra, you will hear that the IG has deployed 10,000 policemen. You will see them on the road. By him, with their guns. Mobile policemen with all the armor tank, with everything. But once it is time for crisis. So it is the poor content in Nigerians that enter into institutions, agencies, and manifest. So when you see people going to a crisis-prone area, they are not thinking of saving lives. Nobody is thinking, God forbid, if that building where you are now, somebody just said there's fire in one of these stores. The first set of people rushing into that your building is what they can snatch and run away. The same fire service people that we come to, we start looking for how do we make money, and we don't get fuel, and we don't have water, So everybody is just picking out of the small life that a vulnerable Nigerian has. So the military that you see today is a press button. I think they call it rubber stamp, Abi. The military and their police that we have is press button until you press the button before the alarm will ring. And the annoying part is that it is difficult for the officers to resign. So once they see a boss taking instruction from another person and the instruction is not professional, it becomes difficult. Now look at the current president also. How many times have people gone to give testimony in churches that gain opportunity to get into government? How many times? Even Sanwo-Olu, Tinubu, all of them robbed bodies, robbed minds, romanced with Christian leaders, Muslim leaders before they will get to power, just to win votes. At the end of the day, can you not have a clause when you were discussing with that politician to say, I am Khan, if there is need for me to make a voice, I need to see action before I will take into this your political campaign. And you make a candid agreement. By now, if the current president is, you will see the president will be releasing people to run there up and down. Why? There was a discussion. But do you know what happens? They go there and they carry envelopes and Ghana must go back filled with foreign currency, not Naira. Because you remember that Naira was in disarray. We were looking at old notes, new notes. So not Naira. So the currency that was given during this election was and dollars and euro. So now, how do you want to mandate someone in power that bought your morals, that bought you over when he was going into power? So I don't think Khan will be able to do much. So where we are now is we are in the hands of discussions, realizations, and executions. Thank you.
This is really very painful, Ambassador, more especially because year in, year out, since 2015, the largest, in fact, not since 2015, practically since 2011, the best part of our budget has been pushed towards security. And it looks like the more security tops the budget, the worse the security situation is in the country. What do we do? That's why I did ask that question. Now, the current president has accused the military of complicity in the issue, saying that they are deliberately making the Christian environment Christian community more vulnerable for attacks. And we have heard in several occasions, these people from within those areas mention that this is more like a religious fight, or more of a religious fight than it is more of a terrorist attack. And that is why I'm asking that question again. Do you think all of this in any way has a religious undertone? Let's even begin to look at it from that angle. And if it does have a religious undertone, why do we now think that a military that should be neutral would have any hand in that situation?
My own question is rhetoric anyway, because it can answer itself.
Because so I'm not asking you. Because I wouldn't even answer.
My question is, do you think corruption has religious connotation, ethnic connotation? Why don't corruption has it? If it's time to share oil block, nobody asks, are you a Christian or a Muslim? They share it. If it is time to share money to get approval from CBN, do you know a narrative came the other time that I was just laughing and some of you don't understand. If you get approval from CBN to get XYZ millions of dollars and you give it to Aboki people, FX, and they sell it and give you back money and you return the money back to government as government rates, meanwhile you sold as what? Black market. You see, some of this little approval that they give to some people, they just blow. And they will sell their mother and their children to compromise their relevance in that position, so they continue to collect. If I give you approval now, Precious, to say you can take away 5 vessels, tankers of crude oil, you will not go there. You will only call the marketers that are approval. They will say, okay, give us your code, madam. They will take your code to the place there. They will use your code to get the crude oil. They will sell it. You will just see alert in your account. You can even say, I don't want alert. Bring cash for me in foreign currency. They will bring it to your house in Banana Island or in Abuja, in Wuse, all those big men area. And they will bring it to your house at your time, early morning, late night. So it is easy to become billionaire in Nigeria by compromising people's safety, people's welfare, community peace and stability, health. Another area that became juicy. You remember there was a time, Precious, when people will go and take contract to build road, and they will not build the road. So they will collect the money, or they will do a shabby job. After a while, the road will be having gallops and potholes and all that. So, but that one too was not paying. Why? It is there. People will be shouting, they didn't do the road, they didn't do the road. The only one that can pay is defense. I'm telling you. Okay, let me give you one secret.
So
now.
Are you saying that defense is just used to,
it's
siphon
a scam
money?
now. It's a scam now.
Oh.
Listen, let me tell you.
Okay.
Listen, okay. I want to give you things you can Google, so people don't say we are just talking in assumption. Don't worry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not a frustrated person. I left the Nigerian army when I was seeing the misconceptions. I left the army. I'm not in any cult. I'm not in any political party. Anybody can check. Many people know me. I started to work as a guard. From there, I got into Oceanic Bank, Vita Company as CSO, Oceanic Bank as junior staff in security. From Oceanic Bank, when the tsunami started, I started August Eye Security Services. From August I started doing partnership and collaboration. So that is how I got to where I am. So there's no politician that can say, see alert, I gave him 2 billion. It's not possible. You can't even record my phone call with one politician and say, Oga, make I go TV, go talk this for you, make you give me this. I'm not into that. I'm not interested. Okay? So when I'm saying this, I want to say things that you can see online, so that we will not say we were just blacklisting the army or anything. Now, let me tell you something, Precious. You remember when soldiers went viral, that the weapons they are being given are not brand new, that these weapons are renovated, armor tank, renovated.
Yes.
They will spray it and bring. Yes, now it's online.
Yes,
now.
yes.
You remember when they?
But you know that story. You know that story did not make it to most mainstream media. I think I was perhaps one of those who from mainstream media that actually took up that conversation. Most mainstream media did not carry it, and that was said that information was in a letter that some faction of military wrote to both Senate and the president then, towards the end of Muhammadu Buhari's administration. I just wanted to, recall that. Go ahead, sir.
Very good. Now, there was somebody that was arrested when he landed outside Nigeria with raw cash inside the plane. And he later confessed that he wants to go and use it to pay for weapons. That one is online, though. So the person was arrested that he wants to go and pay, that the deal could not pass through certain places and they wanted to make it overt. So he carried raw cash to go and pay for weapons. Then you remember the money that was found in Ikoyi residence. At the end of the day, they will still convert all those things into national security interest. So you will hear that we followed this process that was not due process because for national security. So it is in all of those guys that you begin to see money, like the general. Okay, you remember the general that was arrested because soldiers took his money that he used to give them raw cash to carry for him. Then at a point, they gathered the raw cash, share it, and they absconded. You remember? They now took him to court martial. The same officer started to do as if he wants to die during court martial. I'm sure he must have been sentenced now. You know, there is even a current one now, a general that said he was contracted by government to investigate sponsors of terrorism. That when he's alive, he's alive. That when he came out with his report, he found out that he was unceremoniously retired. You know, and he's asking now for justice. Give me justice. You know, so the army that you know before, the one that I saw and I jumped into, it's already bastardized, especially at the top level. That is why when you see some soldiers posted to some region, they don't swap them on time. Why? Because their allowances are diverted. They tell you, go and use your number 6. We call it number 6. So when the soldier gets there, you see him now collecting money from the locals. You hear cases of soldiers doing business with the locals. That is how that Wadume case came about, where they said military was supporting bandits. Because he must survive. His organ has diverted what is supposed to be.
By the way, where is Wadume? Why is Wadume today? You're a security. You're a security chief. I should ask you. You're a security expert. I should ask you. Where is he today?
No, you know. I taxed media people last week. I said, can we have a special segment where we have 2 or 3 cases we'll be following up? Just a special segment.
Because we let cases go too easily, right? We just let it die, and then we don't ask Evans. Questions.
Because Evans' case was like this, and people started to hear. He collected $1 million. What? $1 million? Now he was not arrested. They said he bribed policemen in the east, so they released him before he relocated to Lagos and increased his bottom line. And how does he do? They know they arrest him. His phone. He used to use a phone that you cannot track. The thing became a business. It was a university course. 101, kidnapping 101. Everybody bought form and went into that class. And the same Evans was in detention, still showing them how to manipulate government. Monies were exchanging. Do you remember what is the sentence for Evans, madam?
But
is it not 7 years I've been waiting there? They were saying
Ambassador,
when his kinsmen died, not outsider, his kinsmen, a pharmacist that came to Nigeria to start a blue chip pharmaceutical manufacturing company. Evans kidnapped him, collected $1 million,
and he died. So Ambassador Roy, moving forward, you know, because of this Mangu and Plateau State issue, and we know that the Plateau State, Benue State are like, you know, high points of these insecurity, you know, issues in Nigeria. Now there's been an accusation. A lot of people are saying, oh, there are people that are of the northern extract, major northern extract, that have made even worse statement. The defense headquarters never invited them. Sheikh Gumi had in several occasions made statements. Nobody invited him. I mean, Adamu Garba himself made a statement when he said that bandits are, you know, what did he call it? He said something that he's the freedom fighters of northerners, and nobody has invited him, or nobody did invite him at that time. So everyone is now wondering, why now invite a camp chairman who gave you a case scenario from his personal experience? Why are you inviting him? It looks like this may be part of the reasons why people are scared to speak up if they notice anything, you know, about security. So do you think, or could there be any explanation as to why these other people who have been making statements that show their relationship or their empathy for bandits and kidnappers and terrorists, they have never been questioned or invited by security agents, but those who try to speak against them, one way or the other, land into the pockets of security agents?
Let me first say this. I blame Christians in higher authority in Nigeria.
Why do you?
You see, yes, I'm coming. You see, when you see a minister that was given a role to play as a communications minister, and information popped up, videos popped up, not doctored videos, that he was making statements that were favorable to enhance terrorism. What was the outcome? He said, I was young then. Everybody now started using it like a joke.
Yes,
he said, he was young. So if somebody says something, they'll say, he was young when he said it. Now, Gumi has been going around.
You're speaking about Professor Issa Pantami, right? Former minister.
Yes. You know me, I know their names are online, so I don't care about their names. Their names do not. Some of these people I'm talking about, my mouth, my tongue is too big for their name to be mentioned from my mouth. They have debased themselves to the level of street criminality, inhumane capacity, that I don't think I can call such names. You know, so let me even go back to Gumi. The same Gumi, if you say by religion you cannot arrest Gumi, okay, may we no cause problem, the Muslim people, let's create a balance. Gumi's Edo camp, ADC, was arrested with financial crime, aiding and abetting kidnapping.
The Kaduna train attack issue.
Yes. He was arrested in a criminal situation, aiding and abetting, and he was putting markup on kidnap fee. They kidnapped me, they said bring 10 million, you will put your own 10% markup on my life. And is that not a better opportunity to also rope in the Gumi himself? Or you want to tell us with all your spirituality and mediation skills, you didn't know that your bobo was collecting money? You know, so we, the Christians that are in positions, we are making a big mistake. I don't want to go into Christian Muslim ethnicity. Why? Because me, I'm in the middle. Precious. My mother is Fulani. My father is Edo. My grandmother is Ijebu. And I married from the east. So there is no way and I'm a military man. So the truth is, if we say as a Christian, you are a vice president, oh boy, quietly and silently, there are 1 million things that you could have done. If you say as a Christian, you are in the Senate president is a Christian, he goes to church, he hopes to go to heaven. He hopes to. In that Senate and in the House of Reps, there are Christians that prayed to be voted for, that prayed to be appointed, that prayed, they gave seats, they fasted, they prayed, they trust God. I'm not joking. They are real Christians. They have a connect to God from their youth till they got to being politicians. They are Christians. Is it not one of your mandates to make sure your religion is not sidelined? We are not asking you to sideline another religion, but make all religion and all Nigerians be at the same par against the law and against any violation you commit. If you commit a crime, whether you're a Christian or not, you face it. So we have people, my dear, we have people in positions in authority that should come out and say, hey, this thing is not balanced. Why is this like this? Why is this like this? It should be like this. Hello, this thing is not balanced. This man said this. Why? We are shutting down the National Assembly. We have not had all those kind of things. We have the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association. We have the Federal Judicial Service Commission. And we have the Ministry of Justice. Three levels of legal presence as a body. We have not seen where they come out to say But if somebody come out now to say, I want wear hijab, I no one wear hijab, you will just see everywhere just blow. But when it comes to losing life, the Christians in authority, they don't put up strong arguments for a balance. I'm not asking for
do you think there's a reason why they don't do that? Because I'm wondering.
There are reasons, my dear.
What do you think the reason would be?
There are big reasons. Number one reason is this. I want to beat my chest today to say there is no calm leadership or Islamic leadership in Nigeria that does not collect stipend from a ruling class. There are none.
Ambassador Roy, just let's digest this. Are you accusing religious leaders of collecting money from politicians, and that's why they cannot speak up? Because
yes, religious leaders in Nigeria.
Oh wow.
Religious leaders in Nigeria, especially
irrespective of their caliber.
Hear me, I'm coming. Especially those that hold positions that can interface with government decision makers. If you are not compromised, resign. If you cannot resign, why are you there? Why are you there? If you cannot resign, why are you there? See, anybody that is holding position in any religion today, Islam and Christianity, I'm not even talking about Christian alone. If you see things going bad, do you know how many times terrorists have gone into mosques and kill everybody? Have you not had it before? Have you not seen how many times they ransack a community and we have IDP camp? In the IDP camp, are you not seeing Muslims there? There are Muslims there. They rape them, rape their children also. So both Muslims and Christians are feeling the bite, in the economic bite that we are feeling now, because farmers can't go to farm anymore. That Zamfara, Plateau, and all those areas, they are core agricultural bases. Very strong agricultural basis for the area. So if you cannot talk to government and see the level of interface that can give peace and stability, resign. If you are not resigning from that position, then you are being compromised.
All right, interesting. Crazy. Okay. So before we bring our people into the lines to speak, I'd like us to work towards having a solution to this issue, because at the end of the day, lives are wasted. But then again, let's move straight to some accusations of what people are saying. Now, just 2 days ago, about 30 people, some quarters did report, died in Mango local government area of Plateau State. And the next day, the president traveled. And people are saying, should he really travel when the house is on fire? In fact, the initial news or the initial report was that it was a religious riot that broke out between the two religious factions of the state. What would you think the president would have done differently as the chief security officer of the country, as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the country?
You see, in our constitution, there are expectations from the president by constitution, and ordinarily, in every country, the life of a citizen is the major concern, prerogative of the president. I know that you have read so many places where an American life is at threat, is at risk. You will see the president jump up, just one life, because that is the apex of assets a country has, the life of its citizens. Now, if you remember EndSARS, one of the things I was crying about during EndSARS was that if our president had arrived, not a governor, because EndSARS was a movement against the police. That was how it started. And the police is a federal agency. A federal agency. And anything the police is doing that contradicts with what it's supposed to do and existed till the people had to cry out, then it's the fault of government. Because government is supposed to regulate the activities of the police. So you would have seen a president come to that toll gate, my dear, put a chair and sit down and tell everybody sit down. I am telling you that matter would not have gotten to where we went to. The president will sit down there with them and say, this is Minister of Interior. This is Minister of, this is the National Security Advisor. I am leaving the two of them here with you. They will bring, what do you call this thing? Caravan. Those caravan that can be an office. This is their office. They are here. You people will draft out complaints, all the solutions. Government will be bringing food here, everything. Do you think that something would have escalated? No. Quick intervention and highest level of intervention is what is needed anytime it affects life. So do
you not think that perhaps the presidency is also overwhelmed? Because at each time any attack happens, they come out to make a statement and they say the perpetrators will be caught and be brought to book. It's sounding more like a rhetoric, every time they mention. So do you not think that
my dear?
Oh, really?
It's not overwhelmed. The same presidency that was overwhelmed wanted to go into Niger Republic and boot them out of the office of their president, right?
So why can't we put bandits and terrorists out of our country?
So they are not overwhelmed. They are misinformed. They misappropriate priorities, and they are compromised. Compromise is not sometimes about money alone. Let me give you this better Edu issue now that you have heard that they are now calling Bajami Allah and this and that into the matter. The matter will become heavy. That is what is happening in Wadume case. When the kidnapper now tells you where he has transferred money to, who he has been giving support to, the matter becomes heavy. When you take an armed robber's phone, as you carry the phone like this, you go through, you now see Roy number there. Ambassador Roy, do you know this man? I know him, sir. He's one of my boss. They will carry phone. Madam Precious, you say, Ambassador Roy number is in the phone of the kidnapper or the armed robber. Are you serious? Hold on. The Madam Precious that is IG will now call me. Ambassador Roy, we are in that case of this kidnapper, and we are trying to see how we deal with him seriously and all the people connected to him, sir. But I don't know if you have any interest there so that I will be able to contain it. Why will you go and tell me like that? Because you two, I put you in that place as IG. The next thing now, I will say, bring the file to me. And that is how Nigerians will be waiting for alpha now. So once anything gets compromised like that.
So that's how stories die. That's how corruption stories die or security issues die.
Yes, that is how it dies. So look at Abakari now. Where alpha, you hear today, tomorrow, later you hear maybe they want to pardon, maybe they don't want. Now EFCC has come out to say there are governors and there are Senate president and all those ones that have cases in the EFCC, and we are woken the cases. They are woken up those cases. So it's just a circle of deceit, and Nigerians are dying. The economy is getting blown away, and opportunities for us to meet with global dynamics they are just ebbing away.
All right, so
that's where we are.
Okay, so Ambassador, I'm going to ask this straight up question, because there's been accusations and statements at the background that this looks like a subtle push to create an agenda in the country. At the end of the day, when communities are attacked, there are particular people from a particular ethnic nationality that eventually occupy those places or those villages or those communities when the original occupants of those communities have been displaced. So they're looking at it like there is an agenda. So why is it that the federal government doesn't seem like they're doing anything about those people now occupying the land, the motherland of others who were displaced as a result of insecurity? So do you think that there is some sort of an agenda? Before I mention the name of the agenda.
Me, if people will listen,
okay.
You see, when you begin to say Islamization agenda, these are strategies. These are high-level strategies. See, we learned all of these things when we were taking over democracy from military regime. That was when we learned how to cause mayhem, to discredit a government. So when the new government come, it will now start to talk to those people. So it will seem as if everywhere is calm. Then somebody from their own place will go and talk to those people again with, when I say talk to, you send prayers to their neighbors. They will start mayhem again.
So are you saying that those agenda, the perceived agenda that people are talking about is not a thing? Does not exist?
It's fake.
Or does it exist?
Madam, it's fake. Wait,
so, okay.
We said Muslim ticket, Abi. The Muslim ticket has come into power. Are there no Christians that were given key positions? They are. So the same Christians that took key positions, finding out that some of them now are diverting funds for public use. So there is no agenda, madam.
But I did mention something specifically. I created a scenario. Most of the people in the IDP camps now, when they left their villages as a result of insecurity, there are people who are now occupying some of those communities, and not just their religious affiliation, but their ethnic affiliations. So do you think that people should still look at all of those things and worry less?
Those places, madam, listen, don't get carried away with all this their matter.
Okay.
Number one, those ethnic group where they talk, they have people in the army, in the navy, and in the air force, and in the police, and in the DSS, and in the EFCC. They have people with high level ranking. They have people that are retired. They have people outside Nigeria that have capability to call one or two international agencies together. See, anytime you hear that, my village, they called me that I have land. My elder brother said they gave me land, I should come and collect. If somebody go and take over that my land now, will I not be able to get to Benin in Edo State, go to the brigade and talk to some of my colleagues and go and show that bagger how it's being done? So why is everywhere calm and you say certain tribe of people, cattle rearers, can't take over our place, displace us with their ID? Are you homeless? Where are your brothers and your sisters that have held ground in this country? Why is there no strong presence in Abuja of your elite, doctors, nurses, lawyers? I'm telling you.
Do you know if they have complained and they're tired of complaining and there's no results?
Why not go to Abuja, lawyers with your wig, doctors with your stethoscope, everybody, engineer, come there and sit down in front of Aso and say our land is being occupied by the wrong people? Why is it only the poor that you see outside in IDP camp? Are there no made up people? Are there no politicians from that place? Are there no rich people from those places? Why is it the poor that will die, the poor that will go to IDP camp, the poor that will be displaced? These guys, there is an elite class in Nigeria that are just settling themselves.
So, Ambassador Roy, talking about elite class now, there is also, so many people from different quarters have revealed that the case of in Plateau State, for instance, is not just a supremacy battle. Neither is it just a religious battle. That is actually a battle that is tied towards the natural resources of that environment. Do you also buy that?
Yes. Natural resources is one of it. Drug peddling is another of it. Weapons, arms trade is another of it. Then the ones that cry too much, they give you oil block. They give you part of the oil block proceeds. So you are in your house, you are getting a lot from oil block. Then you now go and get license to supply crude oil, and they will fall you under.
Ambassador, you're live on radio. Are you sure about what you're saying?
I'm telling you, you all these things that are happening now. If they say it's not it, let them come and arrest me. I'm coming back to Nigeria. I travel within Nigeria and outside Nigeria every time. I have business in Nigeria. I will come. When I come, carry me from airport, go and lock me inside the cell. I will be saying it. I gave my life to Nigeria. I fought for Nigeria. I lost my right eye. Look at my eye. I can't see with my right eye because of that country. I lost my denture. Okay, and if not God that brought me out, and I lost my level in my mates. All my mates have moved on before I left the army, and I came out, and I saw so many people have moved on. So if I'm saying anything, because I'm a stakeholder in the country. So when I come, you arrest me. Nnamdi Kanu that they arrested. I'm hearing now that he's negotiating for airport, for this, for that. So, but when you see that the country leaves the level of negotiating for personal interest to public interest, we'll begin to see how to breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide.
All right. So, Ambassador Roy, during the last administration of Muhammadu Buhari, the United Arab Emirates had given a list of about 400 people that they said are sponsors of terrorism to the then Attorney General, Issa Pantami. Sorry, did I say Issa Pantami? Abubakar Malami. Exactly. And till now, we are yet to see those names. A lot of people thought that to quell insecurity, if the sponsors can be caught and apprehended and dealt with, insecurity would come down, because there must be something feeding them or fueling them. So a lot of people thought that when this present administration comes in, that it would do something about it. We're still yet to see the present administration act on those lists. Do we expect the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to act upon those names as soon as possible, especially as insecurity is going wild right now in the country? Or do we still see, a subtle, assurance that we'll never get to see a result on those issues as we move forward?
It's not going to work. See, let me tell you why it's not going to work.
Why will it be difficult to work if we are really serious about fighting insecurity?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Number one, in investigation, there's something we call soft target. If you don't get the principal, you can grab the soft target. The soft target will begin to sing and call this person and call this person. So if a president wants to remove his hand, he will tell the police, the DSS, the EFCC, go and grab the soft target. When they grab the soft target, allow him to sing. So before you know, they will arrest me. They will give me mic when they are doing this, our media trial that we used to do. So how did you do it? Sir, I went to Abuja. Madam Precious gave me a code I used to enter Aso Rock. I went to see the president. You saw the president? Yes. And he told me that I should make sure I go to Anambra and cause wahala in Anambra. They gave me 2 billion naira. Are you sure? Can you prove it? Yes. The money was transferred to my account. Check my... the soft target will be singing on public. So the president would have shown that, okay, I have done what I want to do. Then the list or whatever you say you have, in a way, you will find out that it is released outside. See, let me tell you something. During election, do you know that some people employ our young Nigerians that are tactical with IT, information technology? Sometimes we see doctored videos. Sometimes you see doctored pictures coming out. Sometimes they will go and dig one picture when you were in primary school. These are the military online war that they were doing. Why can't you use those kind of things and boost it out? So let it come out, and if they arrest the person, find a way to free him. So the judiciary will be twisted because the evidence is outside now. It's not in my desk. So we don't have a presidency that is ready now, because they hand over to each other, and each person that is handing over to the next person, we tell you, protect my interest. When Buhari was leaving, did you not hear when he said, don't come and look for me in Mina, don't ask me anything, I'll finish with you people, I'm going. So there is nothing that any presidency can do if they want to show good faith. Let me tell you what they should do. Now look at 5 years back. Go and do 8 years. All the people that have been arrested for terrorism, for kidnapping, for banditry, with tangible evidence, my dear, immediately start to execute them. No, just start to execute them,
including the ones that
murder.
eventually grant amnesty and reintegrate back into the society.
Wait. There's not only amnesty is even easy. De-radicalization is greater than amnesty. Then we also have plea bargain. Don't forget, these are new things we were hearing. Plea bargain means if you have stolen, I think the president boy now that they say is a shoemaker, I'll be waiting. He's making arrangement with Malami to return some money, according to what I read online. You know, so plea bargain is also there to also help criminals to escape. So instead of all of that, go straight and start to put a law. Executive order means that you can give executive order for some things, and you will see criminals will back out. They will come back to the street and start looking for work. Why? They don't want to die.
All right, Ambassador Roy. In case I lose you in this connection, please kindly look up your messages. I would ensure that you rejoin us again. This is a very intense conversation. Very soon I'll be opening the phone lines for Nigerians to join us in the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Ambassador, I have a lot of messages for you by Nigerians. So they are finishing you. The ones that are saying yeah and nay. I'll let you in on those, but that'll be when you rejoin us, right? So moving forward, what could be the solution to this? I don't want to say quagmire because it looks like we keep using that word, but what could be the right solution to this catastrophic security situation that we're in? Because lives are dying in their numbers every day. That's why I said it looks as if that the federal government is overwhelmed, because at some point you feel tired to commiserate with people. Is it every time you come out to say, I'm sorry about the lives that died, I'm sorry about it? It becomes like a music to the ears of people. Some sort of music that's, it's more like a dirge that isn't melodious, as if I would like to say that, or if I have to say it that way. So what do you think the solution should be to end this as a security analyst?
To me, I see long and short term. Okay, long and short term, but the short term is to grab the low-hanging fruits before you start throwing stone for the one that is up. If Nigeria goes to war today now, like Ukraine and Israel, how do you think they are doing their recruitment now? We are at war. It is to recruit and recruit quickly. Most of these vigilante and all those things that you are seeing, you are supposed to have thrown them into the military, into this, because we are at war. So we should not wait for people to be doing
you mentioned military and you caught me there, and vigilantes, you caught me there. Does it include perhaps the nomadic vigilante that was created? I would look forward to your response in a flash. So there has been outcry over the nomadic vigilante that was created by the Miyetti Allah group just a few days ago, months ago, weeks ago.
It's an abuse. Okay,
why do you think it's an abuse?
Yeah, because if you want to create a military group, paramilitary group, it must go through so many processes. Peace Corps, ordinary Peace Corps, God forgive me for using that word, Peace Corps have not been able to get clearance till today. Today you will hear it has passed first reading, it has passed second reading, Peace Corps. So many other agencies. So
Ambassador Roy, in case I lose you, please kindly look up your messages so you can rejoin me.
Okay,
Thank you. All right, go ahead, please.
So I mean, any agency that wants to start up a paramilitary, whether from the Miyetti Allah, from CAN, from local government, you must ensure that they go through approval processes under the Ministry of Interior, the National Security Advisor. The NSCDC is the agency managing private security also in Nigeria. So all of those collaboration lines must be followed. It is the military that taught the NSCDC how to use weapons. Okay, and when you come to
oh wow, I think I've lost Ambassador Roy now. Okay, so interesting. While he tries to join us, let me kindly let you know that Ambassador Dr. Roy Ohidieve is a retired military veteran, a member of the American Society of Industrial Security, ASIS USA. He's also a fellow Institute of Mediators and Conciliators, CMC, Certified Human Rights Consultant in the United States of America. And yes, he's also a security analyst and a security consultant, runs a security outfit in Nigeria here. We do hope that he joins us back, but let's go straight to your thoughts and reactions now. Lagos phone lines are now open officially. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call us with. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations that we have. 0700 903 903 903. You may have to call the direct line, okay, and also perhaps call the WhatsApp line too. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Madam Precious. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
I'm still calling from Ikeja.
Steve, you're welcome.
Madam Precious, whatever Ambassador Roy is saying, it's nothing but the truth. But Madam Precious, I was with some military personnel on Sunday. They're my friends. You see, what that camp president from Plateau is saying, he said but the truth. The guy himself told me, the military personnel, that it does not take them anything to finish Boko Haram and it. But order only coming from the generals, don't shoot. There are so people will pass, and when they are passing, nobody should shoot. So when the man is telling that military know what is happening in Plateau State, the man is not lying. Because when the man was telling this on Sunday, I was just shout. He said, "My brother, you don't know what is happening. We are the military personnel. I fought in Boko Haram. It does not take us anything to finish these people. But the problem we're having that our generals, they are the problem, making this thing so difficult that we are armless. I just pray that God will help this country. God bless Nigeria."
Thank you so much, and God bless you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. That is 0700 903 903 903. Ambassador Roy, do we have you back?
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you crystal clear. So I have a couple of messages for you. Let me quickly run them through so you have right to respond before we proceed to further calls. Victor from Ijeoma here says, I can legitimately confirm that what Khan chairman is saying about army men getting themselves involved in just killing of Christians. Because during 2017, my sister's husband, who is a police officer, was deployed during Fulani headsmen killing innocent Nigerians. And once the police officer arrested the particular headman after a couple of hours, the policeman was released. The policeman received a call from above asking the police to release that particular headsman that was kidnapped, and it looked like a joke, but it's a reality. That's what this person says. And then this here says, Faulkner says, very soon government will soon ask for proof. Thank you. Nigerians believe you because you have first-hand experience. I appreciate you, Faulkner. And then this says, Precious, was that how they invited? Oh, that was how they invited late Mailafia until he died mysteriously. I can't tell. And Leo from Lagos says, I want to tell you the elite Christians are afraid of the particular ethnic group. And if care is not taken, Rwanda genocide is likely, no, it will not happen in Nigeria, because the incessant killing of and kidnapping of Christians on daily basis, especially in the southern Kaduna, Plateau State and Benue State, is unacceptable. That's what Leo is saying. But it's not like these killings are peculiar to those environment alone, are they? Okay, so I move to more messages here. This says Nigerian religious leaders are working hand in hand with politicians. I agree with Ambassador Roy. But let me move to YouTube now, where there are lots of reactions. I start with Tracy, who says, the country, Emmanuel Osi says, the country we are not one, we're not one, different culture, language and behavior, okay? And Tracy says, Jerry Rawlings should happen in Nigeria. Okay. Cindy Albert says the speaker is right. Okay. Emmanuel Lucy says Muslim tickets. The military should go back to their work, perhaps. Ken Ezike says Precious that the speaker said what he said about Khan with his full chest. Thank you. Perhaps accusing Khan. I mean, what you said about Khan being, rubbing minds with the politicians or collecting stuffs from politicians. I can't just say the way you said it. Forgive me. And Chika Ekwe, I see you. But 4 days Sako here says, we won't even trust. Oh, they said they won't trust you because he said that your father is Fulani. your mother is Fulani, that your mother is Yoruba, and you're married at Easterner. That do you know that Islamization and Fulanization is real agenda in Nigeria? That's what they're saying. And then Fisayo Majikudume says the guest, Dr. Oemen, is he said what? His amen of honor and integrity that says the truth. The honor of Nigeria and Northerners and not Christians. That's what he's saying. And then I take further messages here. Fisayo then says, I disagree with you, sir, on the matter of Islamization. Please, can you ask the speaker, that is you, sir, why a particular ethnic group, the headers, are the ones killing people across the country? Most places where there is issue is always the headers that are involved. If you think that it's not an agenda, can you tell us?
I would like to respond to that one.
Oh yeah, let's have you respond very quickly.
Okay, see, let me tell you something. The major Fulani man is not an Islamic man. They have their own this thing that they do. The Hausa, we are saying Hausa Fulani. The Hausas already, they are being oppressed by Fulani. Hausa people are being oppressed by Fulani. They have complained many times.
Remember that you are almost a Fulani man. No?
Listen now, let me tell you now. I'm a Nigerian. I fought for this country. Most of the people telling you now that I am Igbo, I am Yoruba, I am Hausa, I am Fulani, none of them will agree to wear this army uniform and enter the street and start taking bullets. None of them. So to enter Nigerian army and serve and collect pension from Nigerian army, you have paid your dues for this country. You are one of those to be seen as one of the central green, white, green in this country. So if I don't tell you, you wouldn't know. We may be arguing it, but I will tell you this is my origin, but this is my position. For his information, I am a Christian for my youth till where I am today. I died for Christ and I will die again for Christ 1,000,000 times. But that will not take away the fact from me that the leadership that relates with the government, they need to look at themselves properly. Have you seen the head of CAN going to Abuja and saying that he's not going to accept this or accept that? Don't you see what Kuka is doing? Bishop
Kuka seems like the most outspoken clergy in Nigeria.
Thank you. Why is it that Kuka voice is louder than the people that are supposed to speak?
As a body.
Why? So please, if that man want to think about Islamization, he will understand that the Fulani people, they are not Muslim. That's number one. Number two, the people that you see carrying weapons to come and fight, the first reason that they started to carry weapons, do your research, is that they needed to protect their cows against rustlers. Then some of them that are criminal elements, they are also the rustlers. It's not me that will go and do rustling, or one Yoruba man will go into bush to go and rustle cow now. It is those ones that are the militia that rustle cow. It's just like somebody's...
so are you saying it's also their fellow Fulanis are also the rustlers?
Yes, they have criminal elements that are militia gang. They pay them. Sometimes you pay them to protect you. My cow won't pass so and so place. So instead of money that you give to police, you pay those militia. They will escort your cow. Those are the people sometimes people give money to kill, to burn, and to cause mayhem. That's why you see that I was saying that Mieti Allah should be downsized. Mieti Allah itself has been given too much of a voice. It has spoken beyond itself. The other day they said DSS I invited the Oga. Later DSS came out to say we didn't invite the Oga. Where are the lines of compromise? I am at the middle. If a Muslim commits a crime, a Christian commits a crime, our judiciary should take it up and execute it as a crime against the Constitution of Nigeria. If they don't, our Christians in the judiciary should march on the street.
All right.
We want to see a senior advocate, a senior advocate with other lawyers on the street doing peaceful protests. That they are the ones that can interpret the law. Nigerian constitution say this. This Muslim boy did this, and this Christian boy did this. The Christian was penalized, the Muslim was set free. Why? Let them come out, because so many of them are also hustling to be seen, so they don't want to speak. And so many other Christians that hold positions, they don't want to talk like me. So me that is coming out to speak, and you are coming to say they should watch me. Please watch me. I am a Christian, a born-again Christian. All my children, my household goes to church 3 times in a week, and we pray online more than 6 times in a day. Different groups of prayer line I join. So if you want to look at the issue of Islamization, Oga, ask the people you voted into power.
All right.
Ask the people that are the hands of the police, the army.
There are more accusations and questions for you, so let me just go straight to it so you respond all to all at once. And this here says, that is Fode Sako says, you can clearly see that the guest is biased. How can he say that those people disposed of their lands and houses by Fulani by terrorists can go to Abuja and seek justice? Does he know what there
we
is?
Didn't say they should go to Abuja.
Then you said that the guest is economical with the truth, and by the way, he discredits himself by quoting Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu didn't say anything as such. That's what he said.
We didn't say he said, though. We said it is going viral. Okay. So they are not listening. You understand? We said, what I said was not will. Let me don't argue.
See me,
what I said was, listen, I said those lands that have been taken over by foreigners and the real owners of the land are now in IDP camp. I'm asking a question to the community. See, we have to take this fight by ourselves. If they think anybody will come online and say, go and buy gun, go and take up gun, go and be shooting, the fight is not only to carry weapon. There are different levels to engage a crisis situation and begin to get results. So if you look at the people that come from that community, Precious, as you now, if it is your village that is taking over now, if that woman that you see that was shot, if you check her family, there are those that have made it in her family and they have good connections in Abuja. Where are they? I want to see a collective action from everyone that have interest in a community, not only telling them to go and carry gun. That will not fly.
All right, Lagos, let's get back to the phone lines now. 0700 903 903 903 remains the line to call. The WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039. I have loads and loads of messages there, but let's see if I can do a few of them quickly. Victor Chinas also says the ambassador is actually opening a lot of worms. That has befall Nigeria, separate the union. So no, I'm not saying that. Okay, Nwaokoye Juru says, Precious, I can never agree with you. I guess he said that his mother was from Fulani. What do you expect him to say? He can believe in one Nigeria because of his mother. Father Soka says Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans have gone beyond infrastructure requests in Biafra land. Well, you said a lot about that, but let me move to my WhatsApp message now where I have a lot, or perhaps just go straight to take this call while I transition to WhatsApp. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Evangelist Godwin, calling you from Ukafa.
You're welcome. Go straight to the point, Evangelist.
Yeah. Well, I listen to people, analysts here and there, but this evening on, I learned a lot of things from Ambassador Roy. I couldn't imagine all what he said, all what he's exposing, all what he has analyzed is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. We Christians has, already got it wrong from the onset. While you will go, they will call you to Asorok to come and pray for them. After you go there to go and minister, after you go there for prayer, Ghana must go, accompany you go. You know, say no. You collected the money. In other words, you are selling your right. You don't have mouth.
All right. So you agree with him? So you agree?
Yeah, I agree with him. Only one of God that doesn't really that I can cite out, apart from Kuka, Reverend Kuka of Sokoto Diocese. Another person is, this man of Winner Chapel, Oyedepo, and the Dunamis Enenche. These are done, but they are boys. He cannot hear because the damage has been done from the onset.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Okay. So this message here did say, A.D. Johnson says, with all the revelations by the ex-military officer, can the government come out and prove that it's not true? It's so shameful for international community to hear this. Me, I believe on to thy tents, O Israel. That's what he said. And he says, if the military has actually taken part in the killing of people as alleged, it's unfortunate. Where is the face of Christians? I think this should be thoroughly investigated. The country is very porous. I don't know what will happen next. That's what he said. All right. Okay. And then Basi in Agbodo says, Mboto Basi in Agbado says, in fact, Ambassador Roy has spoken very well. There is indeed many prominent men and women from Mango, but that's Mango local government area, he said. But this, because they have been compromised, their mouths are sealed and they are not saying anything. Ambassador Roy, that's someone drumming support for you there and saying that perhaps what you actually said is true. But let's just go back to a few more calls and then we'll get back. Hello, good evening to you. There is indeed many prominent men and women. Can you help us turn off the volume of your radio set,
I've
please?
done that.
Thank you. Go ahead. What's your name?
Mr. Richard from Germany.
Mr. Richard,
Dr. Roy is Dr. Roy has not said
Ambassador Roy, can you hear them?
new.
Can you hear them?
Yes, I can hear.
Very well.
Hear.
Go ahead, please.
Dr. Roy has not said anything new than what other people have been saying on this your wonderful platform. But what he has said today is almost 100% complete. Correct. My sister Pressure, did you remember one retired general too that came on one of the channels and was telling Nigerians what is happening in Nigerian, in barracks around northern Nigeria? That was the time they attacked NDA in Kaduna. There is the Nigerian military or Nigerian security apparatus have been infiltrated. Those people have been compromised. A lot of compromise within this system. This our young man has said it today. So, and then another general that came last time on Arise Television was saying the same thing. Was saying that there is a lot of compromise within the system. If you know Pastor Ladi Thompson, this guy has been saying this thing. What our general has been said today. A lot of people have been saying this thing, but the army, the police, all of them, we are living in denial. They will tell you it's wrong. But God knows that these people are not willing to protect Nigeria. They are not.
Thank you.
They are not at all.
Thank you for your take. Thank you for your take. All right. And then Sam from Ilukweju says military are not loyal to the service anymore, simply because most of the welfare RCA have been diverted by the so-called superior officers. The allowance should be paying directly to individual accounts, or should be paid directly to individual accounts. Service chiefs should stop enriching those commanders of various units by paying funds to them. I know that this will interest you, Ambassador Roy, but let's just get to other messages so you respond to all of them at once. I am not surprised that the president traveled out despite the fact that people were killed in Plateau State. He said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. Precious, have you forgotten that the former President Buhari, did it several times? So it looks intentional. They don't care about human lives, whether there is bloodshed anymore. Nigeria army is compromised, not the army we knew years back. Your guest has said all. That's what Senator from Isola said. And Patrick Onyanta from Ikoto says, it is obvious that we as a country are losing on all fronts security-wise. I pray that we will not come where bandits, Boko Haram, will cover or we overrun Nigeria. like Afghanistan style. This reality is dangerously staring at the face. Would you like to react to that? That sounds very scary. Ambassador Roy, would you like to react to that very quickly as we move on with more calls?
You know, one thing that I expected these police officers that took over and thank God that we have Dr. Solomon Arase in Police Service Commission. Thank God. Because I know that from that his level, because he has been principal staff officer to so many IG before he became an IG. And at least that is a man that you can go and shake him like this. You will see all his assets. You will know what he got from his sweat. You know, so thank God. So, but from that level of recruitment in the military, once you authenticate that these persons are right, how do you authenticate? See, babe, if you go to Nigerian universities, there are many Nigerian universities that are doing criminology and security study. They are also doing security and intelligence study. 4 years, Nigerians, young Nigerians are in those schools. They graduate, they come out, some are taking 50,000 naira as salary somewhere. If the government is go to those universities, go and take the database and send these people SMS. If you are interested to join Navy, fall in here, so and so dates. See, if you go to the streets, that is where you will go and sell this Boko Haram and all those people. And that is where we go to. We expect a local government chairman or a senator to send a list to the IG. These 200 people are from my constituency. It's a lie. These are the people that you will take. You remember the last recruitment for police in Lagos? Shebi, you saw that video when the boys were saying we are from Kaduna State. This one say we are from here. But they claim this local government or this local government. The first thing is to populate our age personnel. Nigerian youths that finish from university.
But people, but even the other day, the police. Okay.
250,000 naira.
Because I was about to say that the police is even complaining that, you know, it looks like Nigerian youths are not so interested in the job.
Salary at 250,000 naira for a basic officer.
Okay, so you think that one of the reasons why Nigerian youths are not interested in security is because of the salary?
It can be net, it can be gross. You know, from there you will now say, okay, this is your insurance, this is your take home, but put the money at 250. You will see our graduates, they will resign from all this Coca-Cola, all this bank where they do marketer. They will go and take the job. They will dress well. We were paying money to get our uniform. Do you know I was buying uniform in the army? I was buying uniform boots I used for airborne jump. I bought it in the markets. My uniform that army will give me material, you will go and sew it in the Mami market. You will go and sew it. You understand? So if you put this money at 250, you will see youths that will rush and join the police. All these youths that are forming vigilante, they will enter Nigeria police. You will see outlets will be blown open for DPOs and other data intellectuals that will not be interested in petty this thing. You should be ashamed, because you will see your university mates. Me and that guy, we went to Uniben together. That DPO, na me and go Ekpoma together. This one, we went to Bayero University, Kano. And you will be going to your alumni meeting now. You will be in WhatsApp group with your university mates. You know, those kind of interactions.
So with all the money allotted to security in the country, why have we not thought of increasing the wages of security agencies?
All those money are diverted. What is the Tucano? Where is our Tucano today? All the Tucano. Those things were just to sign off money, approve. Right. That's why, because in our constitution too, some defense budget has executive order. You know, and CBN now, you have discovered that CBN can send money to private account, Abi. You have seen it in this auditor that just finished his work now. He told you that CBN can move money, not even can. CBN has been moving money to private account and to suspicious accounts that not accountable for. So defense is a problem. So once you cannot equip the police, the army cannot perform.
All right, thank you. Let's go back to the calls, please.
Before the army can perform, they need a good policing system on ground.
All right. Okay. Let's just halt it there a bit and then take more calls. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Murray.
Your name is what?
I'm very grateful to having this vision.
My guest, Ambassador Roy. Go ahead, please. Thank you, sir.
What you say is exactly what is happening in our Nigerian army now. I listen for every damn thing that he said. I remember years past when I was at Ojo. I grew up in Dallas because my dad died as a retired soldier at WTU. I think then I have about 3 brothers from my area who paid their work, who spent their, whom they killed as a result of this Boko Haram issue at Brun. That was 2017. 3 of my son boy. One is my brother. Obodo. One is just lieutenant. What they call it, Corporal Obodo. This guy went to the 2 of them went to Liberia and came back successfully without having any inch. He's only Nigeria here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you.
And they died. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I can hear you. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. All right. I move to more messages here. This message says the military is supposed to have done to foreigners to foreigners that occupied the ancestral homes of Nigerians. That is, the military is supposed to have done, the needful to them. Osino from Olodia Papa says, why don't honest Nigerians pool their energy and resources together and demand immediate restructuring of Nigeria into 6 regions? No, Precious, doing same thing every day and getting same result is madness. We need a drastic orientation of the Nigerian political system. Instead of wasting our energy talking over our heads, we demand that the president implement the 2014 National Constitution Conference as a confab under Jonathan. That's the only solution because the parallel lines can never be met. That's what he said. What this here says, I like your guest today in the studio on how to break down his analysis for a layman to understand, especially when he said Nigeria is not overwhelmed, or Nigerians are not overwhelmed, or perhaps the government is not overwhelmed, because if they're overwhelmed, they won't be contemplating to boot out a military junta in another country. Solomon Asika from Moshi. You have a fan there, Ambassador Roy. And then Faulkner did ask and say, can your guest make comparison with failed states and undergo this similar situation and the outcome? Ambassador Roy, did you hear that?
I have.
If you can make a comparison of failed states that undergo this same scenario. But let me run through some messages before I get back to that. This says our religious leaders are the major problem in this country because they keep deceiving some people. Well, you said a lot. I'll just stop it there so that we don't cast aspersion on others. Dayo from Fagba says, Dayo, you've come again. I'll get back to you. Okay. All right. Muyiwa from Mainland says, my view, we know what to do to get back our country. We all know how to go about it. We just need the boldness, the courage to dare. Change comes with a great price. We cannot continue to live in denial in Nigeria. That's what he says. And this says, go to the east, Precious, and you will see army checkpoints up to 50 in the east. Each one you pass, you pay money to them. Each one you pass, you pay money to them. Failing to do so, they will pack you and keep you at the corner and waste your time. Adako from Igondo sent in that message. So these are responses you'd give to us, Abi. And then Remy from Akoka says, please ask your guests, what is the ethnic group or religion of the people occupying and renaming all the deserted communities in Benue, Taraba, Nasarawa, Borno, and Plateau State? Will you start with that? And then you move down to the rest of
No, I want to start with the checking points in the east.
Okay, go ahead.
People may not like my comments, but some people log in halfway and they won't hear where we are coming from. Some just log in, maybe see. Some go and read comments. And when they read people's comments, they now respond. So I'm not moved by that. What I'm saying, if you put it in the whole gamut, you'll be able to help yourself. So let me speak on checkpoints in the East. I want to come from an angle that so many of you have not thought about. See, my discussions today is giving ownership of what people call revolution to the educated, to the opportune, to those of us Nigerians that are advantaged. I don't want a situation where it is the poor fighting the government. That's what we see. That's what we see. You know, if at that toll gate, if you have seen all the people that retired from Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Air Force, all of them at that toll gate, do you think soldiers will come there, police will come there, or whatever they said happen will happen? No, the government will discuss. Why? It is a strong argument you are bringing forward. Let's go back to the checking points in the East. Now, you have a lot of military checking points in the East. Is that right? Yes.
Yes, please.
I served in the
Hello. Ambassador Roy, are you still there? Oh dear, I think we lost him. Ambassador Roy, are you there? Okay, I think we're having a connectivity issue there. Please, okay.
He's in Bayelsa.
Okay.
Now, there are so many senior military officers that are retired from the East, and they are sleeping in Abuja, enjoying themselves from the money that they collected from government, from defense approval, and they don't want to go back to the East, drive their car to that checking point and show their ID card. I am retired general. Let me use Chikeze as a name.
Ambassador Roy, you can help us just wrap it up very quick because
I'm coming, madam.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I was standing there and I saw what you people were doing. Who is your commander? Do you think those soldiers will beat him up? A retired general, are they mad? They will call their commander, call your commander to come and meet me here. If that thing happen 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like that, one colonel show up, one major general show up and mess them up, they will stop it. We Nigerians, we are the ones that are proving our tribe and our religion and our ethnic group to be abused by whatever. We must stand up, those of us that are opportune. Either you are an elite or you have government position, don't go to sleep.
Okay, so the second question by Remy talking about I should ask you the ethnic group and religion that occupies communities that have been deserted and those they are renaming those communities.
With even Lagos State. Okay. Let me use Lagos State. Now in Lagos State, we see a lot of places they call Hausa quarters. Am I correct, ma'am? Hausa what? Quarters. Last time they came to look for a cattle rustler, he was arrested in Lagos. A cattle rustler, he was in Lagos. Now, all of those areas that the Hausa quarters, the Hausa people stay, when it is time to bulldoze house that is on drainage, do you see those quarters bulldoze? No. Who do they bulldoze? They go to Festac. They go to Trade Fair. Go to all those places. So Igbos and Hausa and Yoruba, they keep fighting themselves. Why the Hausa and the Fulani, they keep uniting and settling the Igbo and the Yoruba. If President Tinubu said he brought President Buhari to power, and all of us saw that he did a lot in that aspect, why didn't he bring himself to power first? We first of all give the Hausa people, the Fulani people, opportunity. Because they are united. We always like to fight our own.
So can you answer the question straight on first? Because we have just 2 minutes, Ambassador Roy. I have just 2 minutes. I have another thing coming up. Yes.
So that's the truth anyway.
So you didn't answer the ethnic group and religion.
The ethnic group that is taking over as the ethnic
and
group
renaming those communities. They are renaming those deserted communities.
The Hausa
they are renaming
Fulani
them.
are the ones that dominate Nigeria today. and other tribes are going to them to collect something and oppress their own brothers and sisters.
Oh, all right. So very quickly, Faulkner did ask that he wanted you to.
Place where they took over, are there no Yoruba and Igbo there? Yoruba and Igbo, are they not in Zamfara State? Are they not in Nasarawa? Are they not in Plateau? Are they not in Gombe, Borno? Yoruba and Igbo, they are there doing business. They were also displaced. So where are we?
Okay, so Faulkner did ask about the signs of a failed state and if you could compare that with what's happening in Nigeria.
Yes, thank you. I want to tell that guy that there are so many Nigerian soldiers that went to Rwanda.
Ambassador, can you make this happen in a minute?
You remember, right?
Can you help us make it in a minute, please? Because our time is
a lot of Nigerians went to fight for Rwanda to get back their genocide problem. We don't have that kind of Rwanda genocide yet, where UN will intervene. But we went to fight. They are back. They are better. They are bigger. Ghana was here. We tell them leave. Ghana must go. They left. Ghana is sustaining itself. Now Nigerians are there. They are kicking us out of Ghana. Go to Cameroon. There are so many countries, because we don't have time. If we want to analyze countries that are surviving and coming back to life, we can take that day.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ambassador Roy. Thank you. So, but you didn't answer that question about, a failed state sign and how they can, I'm comparing that to Nigeria.
The signs of a failed state is what we need. We need to look at those ones like Rwanda. Failed state is where the security agencies have lost credence. They have lost nationality.
Okay. All right, let me quickly run through my messages, because there may be a few things that you keep in mind here. Apologies. And this message says, Mulu from Badagry says, Precious, I know a lot of about your guest knows a lot about Nigeria, and he doesn't have the fear to say the truth. I like his courage and his submission on Islamization and colonization. Politicians will always push this narrative to divide and continue to rule us, to hand over to their children at the end of the day. And Sahid Barwa says, I see nothing bad in all that your guest is saying. He's very factual. It's so sad having these heartless and evil lots are rulers of the country. This is one of the reasons why someone like me never supported these bunch of people ruling us. My prayer is that the evil they allowed the helpless Nigerians suffer will. I forgot. I'm not reading.
We'll locate them.
Why you finish the prayer for me now, Ambassador Roy?
Amen.
You don't want grief for anybody this year. Why are you like this? Okay.
Do you know what we are going through? Even military veterans, do you know what they are going through?
And you just said it in a very you said it with your very soft. You said that in a very soft-spoken way. We locate them. Okay, violence. All military allegiance to allegiance to the president or to the president and not the constitution. That's what Mr. Ola said. He said that they pay their allegiance to the president and not the constitution, because they see that they think that they're defending the president and not the constitution. And this says Nigeria is a failed state, the most corrupt nation in the world. Is not true. The earliest you guys accept this, the better for you. You said a lot, but I'm not reading again. Okay. And then Magic Kudumi says, please, I know what you've been discussing. I came when the military man was talking. The guy is saying the truth on what's going on in the military. As an ex-soldier, I experienced the same thing while serving in the military. I'll tell you my experience too. No time for me to type now. I'll speak about it another day. Please don't cut the guy off. He's making sense. I'm not cutting him off, Ambassador Roy. They're coming for me, and they say I should not cut you off. And he says, from his response concerning the ethnic group region and the people occupying and renaming deserted communities, your guest just admitted there is truly an agenda, even though he's saying there's nothing of such. Because if you could call a particular tribe that are the ones renaming these communities, that means there's actually an agenda. But let me go back to your message now, Dayo. Dayo, he says, Precious, I don't know why you don't. It's not about not knowing why. So you send your message like 30 times. Now let me read this message. He says, today's Nigeria, Emiloko has turned to Enikolumo. I don't know. People help me. And he says, when you allow deceptive task, I would not read this message. You cannot just start with this abusive and this insulting. I would not now. Dayo, I hope you understand. Forgive me. All right, Ambassador Roy, let me not waste your time. Thank you so much, so much for your submissions. But if you would have to say something to Nigerians in one sentence, what would that be?
Every Nigerian that believes in patriotism should look for their strengths in those that have capability and capacity amongst them. They are the ones that should start the discussions, not the poor. We should allow the poor continue to manage themselves in the harsh economic situations. Let the educated, the academia, the appointed, and those that hold government office begin to fight for the people.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador Roy. Thank you so immensely for obliging me. In fact, you make my head swell up. I just call you sharp. You answer me like you're my God. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ambassador Roy.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having us, for being here. All right, Lagos. Whilst that, I'll still get back to your messages, your thoughts and reactions on this conversation. But at the meantime, I have someone with me in the studio. Mr. Kudos is in the house. So, good evening, Mr. Sunday Okeyinta. Yes, welcome.
Good evening, Precious. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How about you?
Okay. Once again, my name is Sunday Okechukwu Enyita from Kudos Homes Limited. Kudos Home Limited is your favorite real estate company. So I'm here to give you updates of our estates.
Oh yeah, now update us. Yes. Update us. We want to hear.
Lagos,
please update
Ogun
us.
State, Enugu State, and Delta State. And you know the slogan this year: no grief for anybody. In fact, don't grieve for your landlord. I'm going to start with what we have in Lagos, then I'll move to other areas that we have properties. Number one, we have a Kudos Villa. Kudos Villa is located at Okegun, Bejuleki, and we have that particular one goes for 11 million naira, and it comes with C of O. Duke Garden is sold out. And we have Kudos Town. Kudos Town is located at Ishiwo, Ekpe, and it goes for 700,000 naira. If I move from Ekpe, I will be going to Agbowa Ikorodu. Agbowa Ikorodu is a horse selling property and it's going for 700,000 naira. The perimeter fences have been done and the gatehouse, in fact, is beautiful. You need to visit Agbowa, and it's going for 700,000 naira. From Agbowa, I'll be going to Umuketu Ekpe. Umuketu Ekpe, that one is 600,000 naira.
See the way you're just singing it like song. You let them like nursery rhyme. You're just rapping the thing like you're singing music to us. Okay, yeah. So go ahead.
So Omuketu Egbe, that one is 600,000 naira. You need to visit all these fast developing area that are filled with a whole lot of infrastructures going on. So you need to invest in those areas, especially this Omuketu Egbe. In fact, they are constructing the road right away as I'm talking to you now. So you need to buy, even if it's one plot there, it will. What is going to be in a few months to come, you'll be amazed. So if I move from Omuketu Egbe, I'll be going to the core city. Where's core city? Enugu. We have Fairview Estate. Enugu is located at Odobudo in Nike, just 5 minutes away from Godfrey Okoye University, and 15 minutes away from Caritas University. 20 minutes away from Akanebia International Airport, and is a dry land. No omonile, no youth money wahala. In fact, all those things have been sorted out. And if I move from Enugu, I'll be going to the oil stage. Where am I talking about? Oil City, Asaba. Fairview, Asaba is located at Admiralty Drive. It's behind the Asaba Airport. Just 3 minutes away from Admiralty University, 5 minutes away from Cookers Junction, and 15 minutes away from Niger Bridge. You need to buy one plot at Asaba. Asaba is hot selling. And how much is it? It is 1.5 million naira for pre-launch price. In fact, it's going for 2 million naira in few days, not few weeks. It's going for 2 million. So subscribe to that particular property now. It's 1.5 million naira. Before I move on, let me quickly call our phone number that you're going to reach us on. The number to call us is 090-590-47514. 090-590-47514. Precious, hope you are
so after all this rapping that you're rapping for me now, I want you to tell me, convince me with an empirical evidence why I should get a land from you and not go by myself to go and meet the owners of the land in their village to buy this land.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, convince me. Play your truth well.
So long because I don't know where to start, because there are a whole lot of clause where you are going direct to the Bonile, and the advantage behind buying from Kudos Home Limited, real estate company. Because number one, there is nothing like a Monile, there is nothing like a youth money, there is nothing like maybe the cut part of your plot of land. So, and all those things, there is nothing like that if you are buying from Kudos Homes Limited. So, you have that rest of mind and shalom so you don't have any problem buying from Kudos Homes Limited. And their location also so fast, we don't waste time. Allocation.
So you're not one of those people that give people hypertension and
no. Our own is high peace, not hypertension. High peace of mind. So when you buy from us, you don't have problem. So you don't need to be chasing us around that we have not been allocated all those. So because we are so much passionate in allocating land to people, so that if you want to use your land to plant corn, it's left for you. If you want to start your building, you can start building immediately. If you want whatever you want to do with your land, because you are buying the land for a purpose. So and the purpose need to be served. So that is it. And our inspection days are Thursday every week and Saturday. And if you don't have time in all those days of the week, can arrange with one of our officers that can take you for inspection on Sunday. And also, if you don't have all those chance, we can also do video inspection for you. Call one of us.
Okay, so for perhaps people who are not within the country and they want to,
those that are not in town, that are in abroad, we can do video call for you, and then you see what you are buying. Let me call our phone number again: 090-590-47514. 090-590-475.
So if this interview was on a Monday, I would have said they give you Sunday rice chop yesterday. What's it make you be happy like this? Because I don't understand what the excitement is about. But it's okay. So I mean, somebody just tweeted about that they are worried about buying land in Lagos because of the title documents, and especially because the state government has said that title documents are often hacked. That's what he mentioned here, and all that. So can you tell us about the title documents that you have and the authenticity of your title documents for the different properties you have, especially in Lagos State?
We have land that has C of O, and that land does not have C of O does not mean that the land is not genuine. Have it in mind that we are a real estate company. Whatever that happens to any of our properties affect us more than the buyer. So we don't want to lose our money. So we do the right thing before acquiring. After acquiring, we do all the whole paper work before we start selling, so that there will be no any future problem. So you don't have to worry yourself about it. And so there is nothing like you buy from Kudos Home Limited and tomorrow the government will say that they want to use it and they demolish your house. No, nothing like that. So we have done the right thing. So the other way.
So with all this kind of all these recent demolition issues and all that happened in Lagos, you're sure that in future your land would never, it's not likely to fall in that category.
Because it will affect us seriously. It will even affect the Kudos name entirely. Imagine how it will be when one or two people started calling VOP that they bought land from Kudos Home and we are unable to allocate, or that the land that they allocate
because it's truly VOP they will call first, because it's from here they met you.
So definitely it will be an embarrassment. It will put the name of the company, and we are still growing. We have a target. There is a way we are going to, and we don't want anything that will stop us. So we do the right thing so that those things will not happen in future.
All right. Okay. All right then. Okay, I believe you. So, the last time one of your person came here, she mentioned that these lands are actually on promo in these prices.
Yes, they are on promo.
So these prices are promo.
They are all on promo because we are just doing it for January promo. Once we enter February now, the new price will be on view. We go back, like the one of 700 we go for 1 million, the one of 600 we also go for 1 million, and this Asaba that I'm talking about is just the pre-launch price. It's going for 2 million naira. So buy while it's still cheap. And while I'm saying that, we have a new bond package for those that we don't have chance or time to be hearing stories from contractors and engineers. We are building a Kudos bungalow city in our 3 locations of our estate, like Omuketu Ekpe and Agbowa Ikorodu, and also Ishiwo Ekpe. It's called Bungalow City. A bedroom bungalow, 2-bedroom bungalow.
Calm down, take it easy. Calm down, swallow saliva, Take it easy. So let's take it easy now. Calm down, step by step. First of all, what are these are already built?
Yeah, it's all off plan.
Off plan.
Yes.
Off plan.
Yes.
Where? What are the locations for these houses?
The location. The number 1 is Ishiwo Ekpe. The number 2 is Omuketu Ekpe, and the number 3 is Agbowa Ikorodu.
Okay, so Ekpe, 2 of them, 2 in Ekpe, and 1 is Agbowa Ikorodu.
Yes.
And what's the price?
A bedroom bungalow. That one goes for 5 million naira. Yes, and
with how much cement is now?
And
you build that is it fenced or not fenced?
I'm coming. And 2-bedroom, that one goes for 7 million naira, and 3-bedroom goes for 10 million naira.
So once I give you 10 million naira, you both with the land, should I buy land separate?
You are not buying land separate.
So with the land and the property,
what you are giving you is a key of 3-bedroom bungalow with a parking space.
Will I have backyard too?
Of course, I will be a backyard. And a beautiful balcony in the front. so very a nice one. And if you pay 50% initial deposit, and when the structure is ready, you pay your balance, and your key will be handed over to you. You can also pay outright. Give us 2 months plus your.
So if I pay outright 10 million naira to you right now, in 2 months or 3 months, the house is ready.
I know you'll be asking how are we going to do it. We are in the system. We have almost everything. So let's mean that we don't have the company. We have our contractors in staff. We have engineers. We have everything.
You have your own bricklayers. You have your own everything.
If you say bricklayer, you are localizing it. We have our block industries and everything. All those, we have them.
Ouch. So
it makes it more cheaper than, because if you want to do it by yourself, it will be more expensive. So that is why we know the in fact we have over 200 ways to get it cheaper,
more affordable,
in a high quality, cheaper but quality. You understand that? So not that it's cheap and the material that we use in building is inferior. It's cheap and also with a high quality materials. Yes.
And then you're sure that the 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom you give to me is not the one that I can spread my hand and push the wall and push the wall of the houses.
There is one I normally
you will not economize space.
Maggie cube size.
You go pay for adverts after calling the name. After calling the name, you come pay for adverts.
Or sugar cube. No, it's not like that. It's a standard room. And the standard sitting room. So that is it. Let me call
that sounds like a good deal. Go ahead and call.
Let me call
because your time is up.
Number again 090 590 475 14 090 590 475 14. You can book for your inspection. We are going for inspection tomorrow. And as I said earlier,
Saturday. He said inspections are Saturdays.
Yes. So as I said earlier on, if you don't have chance in all these days, you can liaise with one of our officers. They can package Sunday inspection for you, and the inspection is for free.
So whether I have paid money or not, I can just come and see for myself.
Yes, come and see.
So the inspection, you have different locations. Is it the different locations of visiting in each day of inspection?
So you're going for inspection. Enugu is going for inspection, and Lagos.
And how about if I'm in Lagos and I want to go to Agbowa Ikorodu and also go to Ibejuleke at the same time?
Now, what we do is when you give us a call, we ask you of your location. Then we tell you the nearest bus stop that is close to you. Then they come out there
and they pick us up.
Or if you can come to the office also, you come to the office
and you drop us back. So it's not like you abandon me in Ibejuleke. Ngwa, come and be going. Your time has finished. Thank you so much. You never finish. It remain. Make I put Jara for you. Fisi.
Our company website is www.kudoshomesLimited.com and the Instagram Kudos Homes Limited, Facebook Kudos Homes Limited. Type Kudos Home Limited on your Google. Type it on your GPS. It will bring you to our office. So our company is well known. Don't eat it all. Invest today and reap big tomorrow. This is January.
Right.
Landed property to your Agenda
Thank you.
2024.
Thank
you, Precious.
Thank you so much to everyone who's been a part of the show. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much. And hey, I forgot to say, Barrister Darlington dropped something on Precious Enyi TV. Go check it out. Precious Enyi TV. Barrister Darlington dropped something there, so go look it up. Right? I'm sure you'd be glad to check that out. And just to let you know, follow all our social media handles. Right? And don't forget, we have our own television station at VOP TV on YouTube. VOP TV on YouTube. So go there, check out what we're doing, follow our conversation, subscribe to us, and most importantly, watch and follow all our conversation. We have back-to-back programmings, and we ensure that it's a pro people station, and all our programs are geared towards government policies, governance, everything as it affects you, the people. And that's exactly what we're bringing to you, right? You would love every bit of it. My name is Precious Enyi, and this show is produced by Promise. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Good night.